StarCraft 2 is an interesting game where you make your own decisions and your own strategy. Now, we've seen a lot of these challenge runs on the internet, but what I have not seen is people doing it with another person. So today we are going to try Marines only with co-op. Now, that means that the actual map and the units on the map is not going to be the same as the real campaign, but it will be quite close, and also the difficulty will also be quite harder. And also a little side note, I'm sick recording these, so if I sound sick, that is why. I'm really sorry about that. And a little side note, thank you so much to DaveyGunface and GiantGrantGames for the amazing ideas they have come up with. Specifically, GiantGrantGames with his Marines only, and DaveyGunface for the inspiration of actually doing this. Now, let's jump on to the video. Now, we made a few ground rules for ourselves. The only units that can attack or damage is going to be a Marine. Buildings such as missile turrets and a planetary fortress are allowed to damage and also kill. Now, many people will probably be very mad about this, but trust me, it was not going to be possible without this rule. In no build sections, if not possible with Marines only, you are allowed to use other things for Marines, but try to gradually put more units in. Such an example in the secret mission, where you have 3 heroes in the co-op edition. Slowly add a hero, or slowly add medic or marauder, etc, etc. And we also have another rule: all units that are given in the start that are not Marines need to be killed. No matter what. You cannot use them. No matter what. You need to kill them. Now we can actually get on to the video. First mission is Liberation Day. Now, this mission is super easy, except the fact that you cannot use Jim Boy, aka Jimmy Raynor. Now, you do get some heroes which are actually war picks, and you can use those. So you can just make Jim Raynor tank once in a while, and yeah, just use the war picks and boom, easy win. Up next is the Outlaws. The Outlaws is a super simple mission where you actually learn to build, where you can build medics, Marines, and SCVs. Now, we're not going to build anything but the Marines and the SCVs, so the medics are not going to be used here. When we rescue the rebels, we make sure to instantly kill the medics. Now, I don't think I've never imagined myself to say this, but the Outlaws is probably one of the biggest difficult spikes that I've ever tried in a campaign. Because in the co-op edition, there's just an immense amount of attack waves that are like actually horrible to work against. Especially considering the fact that we do not have any medics, nor do we have any bunkers. So it was actually surprisingly hard to keep on the onslaught of infinite Marines against us. Now, 0 Hour was definitely another difficult spike. We did not expect the onslaught of Zerg that we actually got. And to say it as it is, we were actually pretty close to losing because of the onslaught that actually was. Now, I think that's something people take for granted. 0 Hour in the campaign is super easy, but the co-op makers actually thought about this and just made it an insane difficult spike, just like the Outlaws. Now, the next mission isn't gonna be surprisingly easy when we compare it to this one, so yeah. Other than that, 0 Hour was pretty simple. Just defend the 20 minutes or so that the mission wants you to. Up next is Smash and Grab, where we have to help Jim Boy in his addiction to shiny diamonds. And also, these weird terracine-sniffing Protoss are also addicted to their diamonds as well, so therefore we have to kill them. Also, there was 4 different research points that we just took with a command center, because, like, don't even bother trying to kill stuff. Just do like we're showing you right now on the screen. Up next was the evacuation. Now, I wanted to be a good boy and help this doctor who was in deep shit with these Zerg things, and therefore we lost around 250 men just to save 50 people from this colony. How sweet of us. Now, my lust for blood was just too much at this point, so we put these guys on a weird-ass planet with some Zerg virus, and apparently they all turned into Zerg, so cue the Doom music, kill fucking everything, and also kill a few infestors for some research points. Now, the Great Train Robbery. We knew that this one was going to be pain, and it sure as hell fucking was. We had to kill a lot of choo-choo trains to get Arcturus Menk's Google history, because he had been searching up some weird-ass porn, and we had to decrypt it. Basically, what you do is you use your Marines, and you stim very minimally. Now, we got a pretty good strategy that I was usually taking out the escorts for the trains, and Fantoxic, my companion, he just gunned down the trains. And usually when we're at the top, we actually use the map and the terrain as our advantage by running through some corners, so we could easily catch up to the trains if we did miss it. And I usually, to be quite fair with you, we spent like... how many times? I think 7 times in this mission. It was like 7 retries just to get this right, because it was absolute pain. The attack waves were just insane. And one time, my companion decided, oh, I'm just gonna ruin the entire thing by blocking you. So we couldn't kill the train. So yeah, this mission was absolute pain. Just like DaveyGunface did with the pacifist, I'm gonna slap a don't fucking do this at home. It's pain. It's absolutely pain. There's no resources on the map, and you have to make Marines who die so easily, and you cannot get any minerals. It's such a pain mission. Just don't do this one. Now, we found this guy who said he could decrypt Arcturus Menk's porn searching, so we kind of just gave the payload to him, and Fenny just backstabbed us and just tried to delete the history, so we had to do something about that. Now, Cutthroat is not fun at all, especially considering that you have to use Marines, which are very cost-heavy, and you have to try to get an economy and not spend any money. We cannot use vultures for defense because they're not Marines. Bunkers were very, very valuable on this mission, and using the factory as an example was super good, because usually the AI targets the factory, which was just amazing, because like it targeting the factory before bunkers and everything else was just amazing. And if that didn't exist, we would not have gotten this mission. It was horrible. It was just extremely horrible. And the whole problem was that they had siege tanks and so many other things, and just every Marine you lost was just a major time loss for you. And you couldn't even cripple him fully with his mineral gathering, because his main base also mines. So, killing the external bases as fast as possible was just key to this. Yeah, Cutthroat, as usual, was just pain. Oh god, Devil's Playground. Now, I would almost go as far to say this one was worse than All In. The whole problem with this one is the fact that the attack waves on this mission, in co-op edition, is horrible. You can easily meet up to 40 circlings and 10 hydralisks and 10 mutalisks. So you can easily meet up with that. And on a mission where you have, again, to save money, that doesn't work very well with Marines. So we got a strategy. I decided to go defense mode on where all the attack waves came from. So I just made like a few bunkers. I think I made 5 bunkers and a missile turret. You're gonna see it on screen right now, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, my friend were just running around killing the different bases and slowly just grinding down the mission. It was really a pain, and it took a long time to actually figure out what we're going to do, and yeah, but we finally did it. And don't do this either. It's just as much pain as Great Train Robbery. Up next was The Dig. Now, we had to get those shiny diamond once again from the Protoss, who just were so selfish. Like, sharing is caring, you guys. Come on. We could have given it back to you if you didn't try to fucking murder us. Anyways, go smoke your terracine. It was pain. Now, we decided to actually use the Dragon Laser because the attack waves on this mission is absolutely ridiculous. There's no other way to describe it, honestly. Like, I don't think Marines could deal with 1 billion Immortals and so many sentries. You can see the attack waves on screen right now. It was just not possible. Now, we did clear everything out, but we did use the Dragon Laser. I don't think it's too much to ask for not using the Dragon Laser on that mission, because if you see the attack waves, it was just not possible. And considering that we were only 10 missions in, come on guys, like, cut us some slack, please. You could probably do this if you had time for it, but considering we're 2 people studying for school, I don't think it's possible. I'm sorry about that, but go do it yourself. I don't care. We tried. We're not as good as GiantGrant and DaveyGunface. I'm sorry. So I found this guy called Smoker Tool. I'm unsure, but this guy was just fucking high on something and just gave me this weed and let me smoke it, and I just began hallucinating all these weird visions about how the entire universe was gonna end. We got some research points from that, but there was no Marines, so we didn't use any Marines. Now, originally, the Mobius factor was going to come up here, but because we were too poor on Protoss research, we actually skipped that and went on to Welcome to the Jungle. Now, my teammate was just moaning in pain and just yelling for Chad Tychus to just come and help us, but, like, there was nothing he could do. We were going to do this one, and it was really pain. We were very, very close to losing. At the end, we actually had to fly over some command centers to the actual objectives and grab their Protoss addiction, smoke, weed, but I don't know anymore, okay? These guys are fucking addicted to this shit. Like, look at them. They say it's from the gods. Have you considered how weird that is? It's from the gods. And we smoke it. Anyways, it was just a pain. Bunkers were very, very, very good on this, and Colossus and High Templars could easily kill 20 Marines plus. And on a mission where there's a lot of attack waves, and in general just a really good fortification from the Protoss, it was not fun to play with at all. But we did do it in the end, but it took a long time, and it was not fun. Now, the reason we skipped Mobius Factor originally was because we needed the Orbital Strike upgrade. Now, if you've ever tried to play this map, you usually have medevacs to go around, and in a scenario where we can only use Marines, that was not going to be okay. So we skipped that mission and got the Orbital Strike. Now, the Orbital Strike allows us to place Marines anywhere on the map, which means we could cheese it very easily, and so we did. It was surprisingly easy, but Kirikin really wanted to know where those shiny diamonds were, because apparently she's also obsessed with them. I guess we're just gonna have an all-war... I guess we're just gonna have an, like, all-war with every race about these shiny diamonds. Yeah, it seems pretty fair. Up next is Breakout. Now, this mission, usually... We went into this thinking it was very easy, but it was not. Due to one thing. Now, in the single player, you usually just use Tosh. Pretty simple. But in the co-op edition, you're the one sending reinforcements, which means that we can only use Marines. And every single hit Tosh took in the start was a vital hit that was not going to be regenerated. Now, the AI decided to build some medics for us, though, because when you take a sector... just like in the campaign, they sent down reinforcements, and there was actually medics there. Now, we decided to kind of abuse this, since, well, whatever the AI does is not our problem, and we just kind of got some healing for free. If we did not get that, I don't think we would have gone through this mission. Now, Haven's Fall is so easy until you encounter Brute Lords. Now, we were stuck on this mission because of Brood Lords. They decided to just simply attack our bunkers or something like that out of range from our Marines, and that actually caused resets at times. But the fact that, like, people say that this mission takes over an hour and such with Marine only, just like GiantGrantGames did. It was actually surprisingly easy compared to that. It was not gonna take us that long. I think it took us like 30 minutes or something like that, maybe 25. So I guess pretty normal Haven's Fall. It was actually a surprisingly easy mission. Up next is Supernova. We gotta get another diamond for Jimmy Jimbo's collection of shiny diamonds. Now, Tychus is beginning to get fucking tired of this bullshit. He just wants to, like, get free and all, but no. Jimmy Jimbo just wants to suck on those shiny diamonds. Now, this mission is pretty easy, because Orbital Strike exists, remember that, so we can actually just throw a few Marines in the back of their base, and then the back of their shiny diamond. We just gun down the target, and we win. So Meng's son was getting kind of pissed at his own dad for having this shiny diamond fetish, just like Jimmy Jimbo. So he contacted Jimmy Boy and was like, "Yo, do you want this shiny diamond? Because I don't want my dad to have it." And yeah, we just kind of accepted. Tychus getting more and more pissed about it, and we just kind of sacrificed a few Marines into the depth of space and just shot and gunned down the objective, just like last mission, and it just seemed to kind of work. So Engineer Gaming here, boys. Engine of Destruction. So we found this big gun boy, and Tychus, who was getting more pissed at Jimmy Jimbo, needed to burn off some steam. So he stole the thing and just began shooting everything up. We couldn't control him, and yeah, we kind of just had to make him go kaboom boom on everything he wanted to, because there's no real way to actually stop Tychus. Well, there is, actually, with siege tanks, but he likes clipping through structures and units, so there was no real good way to do it, and also those siege tanks could have a pretty big potential to actually kill something that we did not want it to kill. So we just kind of let Tychus go kaboom boom on everything, and yeah, we just decided that there was going to be a rule that what AIs do is not our problem, and they can kill and do whatever they want. So remember when we got Ming's porn history? Yeah, we're going to be using that on Twitter now. So we go to this planet called Core Hall, and we just upload all his search history onto Twitter and get him cancelled. Wait, that how it really works? Is that actually how it works? Oh, okay. So yeah, he got cancelled on Twitter, and yeah, we blew everything up just like last time. Also, there was actually a bug that we encountered. When the Odin dies, the enemy will still target it, but the thing is, the scrap from the Odin cannot actually die. So we just kind of abused that, and every unit just began attacking it. If that did not happen, we would not have been able to beat this mission. So thank you, whoever made the co-op. Thank you for letting this bug live and let us do this challenge. Hello there, future Comrade here who isn't sick anymore. I actually forgot to record the secret mission. So here we are. Now, the secret mission was surprisingly simple. It was just a combination of what can we actually do, what is actually possible with only using the heroes. Now, we found out that the medics are a must here. Without the medics, it's not possible, so if you just have the medics, I think with single Marauder and all the Marines, then this mission is totally possible. Now, you can kill one Marauder, and then you cannot kill anything else. And yeah, keep the medics alive as much as possible, and just don't die. Yeah, that's, well, so that's a little bit harder than said, I guess. But yeah, don't die, okay? And here is Gates of Hell. Now, Gates of Hell is an absolutely hell of a mission. The start is absolutely horrendous. The amount of circlings and other units and banelings and whatnot that actually appears on the attack waves in the start is insane. We had to like restart the start so many ridiculous amount of times. I don't think that there's any other mission that was this hard in the start, because you have no real good way of defense. Now, I had to defend 2 places at once, which is not ideal when that you can barely defend 1. So we had to do a lot of figuring out for this one, but we eventually did, and when we finally found out what to do with the defense, it was pretty simple. It was simply just throwing a few Marines in the back where General Warfield is going to spawn in, and just stand where the Nidus Worms were conveniently and shoot them down. And yeah, Gates of Hell is partially over, but the start is very hard when you don't have siege tanks. It kind of just shows how strong siege tanks really are in the Terran defense, and also how in general just the compositions of Terran is very important, especially in the defenses. Up next is Belly of the Beast. Now, Belly of the Beast is a super simple mission until you realize that there's only 2 heroes who are Marines. Well, it's a no-build mission, so we kind of just decided to, use all the heroes. And when there finally was Marines, we decided just to save them and let the medics have a accidental bullet to their head. Accidentally. Other than that, it was a super simple mission until my teammate decided to ruin a few things and wasted his shredder grenade with Tychus a few times. And the Nidus Worms are not very easy to handle when you're not doing it all yourself, like Raynor and Tychus using their abilities on the same Nidus Worm, which can be, that can be terrifyingly bad for you. Other than that, it's a super simple mission, just like the single player one. Finally, all in. No mission could have prepared us for this one. It was the actual amount of pain cannot be described. I know I said something was worse earlier, but it wasn't. I cannot say that was worse than All In, because All In, you gotta do your fucking best on this mission. And again, considering that usually you have the micro of 3 players, and we're only 2 players, and I'm semi-good at the game, it doesn't go very well together. Now, the whole problem with this mission is probably one of the biggest ones are probably the Broodlords, actually. Broodlords were an immense pain for us, especially at the mineral line, because usually, if I remember correctly, I probably don't, but you usually don't have a big attack wave in the back of your base. Now, we actually had that every time. We had to deal with a billion Mutalisk and a bunch of Broodlords. Now, we couldn't just build missile turrets down there because of the Broodlords, so we actually had to manually go down there every time, and our defenses were very dependent on actually having the Marines up there. Now, we did use the artifact a few times. I think it was near the end. We used it once or twice, which some people may say it's cheating. And to you guys, if you support this video enough, I will upload the VOD of us doing it without turrets and the artifact. If you guys support this enough, if we get 100 likes, we will do it. And we will also do All In, and we will also do Media Blitz without Deoden and everything, okay? And the All In, the Dig, and Media Blitz we will do over again without using Dragon Laser, Odin, or anything. Alright? 100 likes. Anyways, back to the track here. The bunker defense was very different for me, actually. Now, you usually go behind the... you actually usually make a choke point, where you usually use the caves as a choke point. But in our case, that was not possible. So, now remember, this is the right side. This is the right side where you usually use the caves as a choke point, and usually have siege tags up on the artifact ramp. Now, I actually had to move up where the original defenses are with the bunker. It was very frustrating to do this, and I can't really remember exactly, but I think I sold my bunker, made 2 or 3 bunkers. Those were enough to hold on the first attack waves. Then I had 3 bunkers that would hold on the next attack waves. Built a planetary fortress on the right side to take on those hits and also do AoE damage. And then get 1 or 2 bunkers more over there. I cannot remember exactly. It's quite a long time ago since we played this, and I'm actually re-recording the all-in here because I wasn't satisfied with it. And it was just actually pain to have a very good defense, especially when you're not used to building this kind of defense. So the ground onslaught was really, really rough, and I'm so happy that we actually used not that we killed the Nidus worms and not go with those, because that was going to be absolutely impossible. It was so hell. It was actual hell. Like, just the normal air attack forces was like 25 meters. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot of damage on your Marines, because they do the splitting damage. That's a lot of damage they get, and the Broodlords would be stuck out. I actually began making factories to put them and fly over, so they would hit the factories first, so it wasn't the Marine taking the first hits or the turrets. The Leviathan, we were so close to failing to that. I go out and I stim out to kill. I lost my entire Marine army trying to kill it. Now, I did kill it, but I lost my entire Marine army. So it was a very close call to actually losing to the Leviathan. Now, the Leviathan was very, very... It definitely felt buffed to me. It probably isn't, but it sure felt buffed to me. Or else it was just like the static defenses around it that was really, really, really rough to get through. My Marines got slaughtered very quickly. And now that we're speaking about getting slaughtered, Kerrigan. Oh my god, where do I start with her? Now, we actually got a pretty good strategy. I would bait out her Razor Swarms away from my CVs, and we could repair the bunkers. Now, that gave a lot of help, and she still killed the bunkers, but she maybe killed 2 or 3 bunkers and a lot of Marines instead of killing my entire Marine army, which I was very fine with. So Kerrigan wasn't the hardest in the world to beat, but she sure was very hard and really annoying to beat. And yeah, near the end, everything was going to shit, and we just decided to lift off all our buildings and place them over at the artifact. And you know what? It fucking worked. We did it. And again, we can do it over again if this gets enough support, and we'll upload the VODs of the other ones. And we'll also do it on live stream if that's what you guys really want. But yeah, it was just not fun, but we did it, and I'm super satisfied with our end product. And I know so many people out there has enjoyed the Marine only, and it's been pretty milked by now, but I think taking on this new way of doing challenge runs, taking the way of putting into co-op where there's no way to save or load, I think that's good. I think that's going to be fun. It's going to change the game a little bit. Now, we're going to continue doing this, even if this is not going to succeed. Now, we're already working on circling only, and we're pretty much there with it. I'm just trying to edit this now, and it's been taking me like almost a week now to edit it, so you guys better enjoy this. Other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure making this for you all, and I really just hope that you've enjoyed this. And I really, if you have not seen GiantGrantGames or DaveyGunface, go down in the description right now, check out their YouTubes, because like they're absolutely amazing at this kind of content. we cannot do anything compared to them. Their content is way better than ours. And I really love their content. They inspired me and my friend Toxic to do this. I just really hope to see you on the next video here. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if that's what YouTube is saying. Leave a like, I think. No, they don't add to favorites anymore. What did I do? Share it with your classmate. No, they don't do that either. Comment something that we should change next time. Maybe that God will make me sick while recording